Hey everyone, this is the new SAT practice questions. The first set is linear equations and graphs, and the first set we're doing is going to be, I think, 5 problems, and it's linear equations, and they're considered easy. So basically, they give you a line. I'm sorry about the drawing, but basically the y-intercept here is 6. So right in here, this is 6. So we know right away that our equation is y equals mx plus b, and b is your y-intercept, which is 6. So we can cross out a and d. All right? So the only thing else we need to figure out is the slope. And remember, the slope is rise over run. So basically, you're going up 1 over 4. So the slope is 1/4, not 4. So this is your answer, B. All right. The next one, we have something where you have to determine, we have an equation. I could care less what it's a lemonade stand or whatever. They just want to know what 2 stands for. So basically, this is the slope. So 2 equals your slope. All right. And it's a unit rate. And the y-intercept, so 2 equals your slope, or average rate of change. And the negative 8.5 is your flat fee, or your starting place, or starting amount. So since the profit equation is given in slope-intercept form, the number 2 is the slope, which represents the unit rate. This means we can eliminate C and D, because neither describes a rate of change. Okay, so that's not a rate of change, and that's not a rate of change. All right? So basically, it's either A and B. Compare the descriptions to the equation. The 2 is the coefficient of C, which represents cups. So 2 is the price per cup of the lemonade. All right? All right, and also B is the profit generated, and that would be your P, and they didn't ask about that, so that would not be right. Okay, next one, we have a little word problem, and we want to look at the answer choices to see what variables are being used. They're using X and C for cost. All right, so keep in mind that the shirts are on sale, but the tie is not. Okay, the shirts are 40% off. All right, so Darien, since it's 40% off, he's paying 60%. So we could say 100 minus 40 equals 60%. So he's paying 60% of $35. All right, or you can write it, if you put this in the calculator, it's 60% of 35. All right, and he buys 2 ties, which cost $21 each. So 2 of the blue ties. So there's where you have to be careful on that. So we know the blue ties are going to be 42. We're not taking a percentage. So it's either this, and it can't be that, because that would be 1 tie. And 6% of 35 is 21. So our answer is C. All right. The next one is just standard solving equation. What value of Z satisfies the equation? What means what makes it true. So basically, we're just going to just solve it. You're welcome to use calculators on this one, but it's pretty easy. I know that 3 goes into 6 2 times. So this is going to be Z over 4. because 2 times 2 is 4, minus 7. I'm going to go ahead and distribute here, and you get negative 6z, and be careful here, it's going to be plus 8. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is group my like terms and go ahead and add 7 to both sides. That's not a, that's a z. Okay, z over 4 equals negative 6z plus 15, because I'm just adding the 7 to both sides and get rid of that. Now, I'm solving for z, but the first thing I want to do is go ahead and clear the fraction here. And the way I do that is I multiply each term by 4. So as long as you multiply each term by 4, that eliminates this. And we get z equals negative 24z plus 60. Now I'm going to add 24z to both sides. And I get 25z equals 60. Divide both sides by z. So you get by 25. You get z equals 60 over 25. And then we reduce that by 5. And so that's going to be 12 over 5. So my answer is D. All right. And the next one, I think, similar. Oh, this one, I didn't even put the multiple choice. So basically, you have to know your slope formula for your SAT. So your slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And I'm going to go ahead and let this be 0.2. So this will be x sub 2, y sub 2. I'm going to let this one be x.1, x sub 1, y sub 1. And then just use your, plug it in, you get 5 minus 3 over negative 3 halves minus negative 7 halves. So this is going to be 2 over negative 3 plus 7. And that's going to be 2 over 4 over 2. 4 over 2 is just 2. So you get 2 over 2 equals 1. This was a multiple choice, but this one was so easy that I didn't write it down. And I think we have one more. Okay. This is the same thing as we did with the number 4. So basically, what we want to do is, first of all, instead of distributing, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 17 and clean that up. So we get 6x minus 50 equals 12, because this equals 12, times 7 over 24x. Now I'm going to clean this up. 12 goes into 24 2 times. So basically we get 6x minus 50 equals 7 over 2x. Now I'm going to go ahead and clear the fractions by multiplying both sides of the equation by 2. And when you distribute here, you get 12x minus 100 equals 7x. And I'm going to go ahead and subtract 12 from both sides, 7 from both sides, and you get, so I'm going to subtract 7. And you're going to get 5x. And at the same time, I'm going to add 100 to both sides. And that cancels, so you get 5x equals 100. So x equals 20. And this was not a multiple choice. This was fill in the, it was a griddable. Okay, the next set we're going to do are harder. They're called the medium ones, and there's 2 videos on that. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.